Hello, you're welcome. This is Authentic Chat with Praise Atwine, and today it's a Valentine special. But we are discussing relationships that actually lead to marriage. We're at Pearl of Africa. A wise man told me that if you want to excel in any profession, you need to seek for those who are doing well in that area, and then you can listen to them. And today I have amazing guests in the house. Yes, I have amazing guests. I believe that they are, yes, in this area. I have those that have graduated in the area of relationships, and also those I believe that we can consult in the area of marriage. And I'm going to ask my guests to introduce themselves, starting from here.
I'm called King Wesley. I'm doing well.
You're welcome, King Wesley.
Oh, okay. Yes. I don't know how to introduce myself, but
you don't know how to talk about yourself.
Yes, I'm just me, really. Freshly married, 4 months and counting, enjoying life, doing well, like the wise man told you. So
you did not lie.
Yes. So yeah, I'm married to this beautiful flower here, and
wow.
Yes.
It says Wesley.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we are doing well.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So I think it's already. Is it?
Yeah.
Mrs. Wesley. No.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alice Barlow Wesley. Married to this gentleman right here.
Who's doing well?
Who is doing well? We've been married for 4 months.
Wow.
We were married last year in September. What else?
We carry the fresh anointing.
We carry the fresh
marriage fresh anointing.
Amen. We need it. Yes. You're welcome. Thank you for coming, Alice. And yes, we have the special guests also. Please introduce yourself to us.
Thank you very much, Praise.
Yeah.
And we praise the Lord that we are here today.
Amen.
It's a pleasure to be talking about this subject. My name is Edward Mwanga Barlow, and yes, I think where we are at the point of wisdom. I'm a banker by profession. I am a servant of the Lord at church, and I'm very proud to be on this show. This is my lovely wife of just a few years. 27 years.
Oh, wow. Oh,
and how many? 2 months?
2 months.
And 6 days.
Oh my goodness. Now you're counting.
It's a wonderful pleasure to be on this show. This is our first fruit.
Wow, yes.
And that's the first son. So it is a wonderful blessing to be here.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a father of 6. And she's a mama of 6. But I won't steal the show. She needs to say something about herself.
Oh, please.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Praise, for inviting us.
Welcome.
And as he said, I am his beloved, Annette. And I was born to Mr. and Mrs. Christopher and Catherine Tambi. My dad is passed, but my mom is still alive, and I'm grateful to God for that. And I thank the Lord that He has given me life and to enjoy the marriage, and also to enjoy the fruit out of this marriage.
No.
The fruit, I said the word fruit, but in the word fruit, it means there are so many things in that fruit.
Yeah.
The fruit of marriage.
The fruit of marriage. Wow. It's an honor to have you, my dear guests. Such an honor. And the first thing I would like to actually talk about, I want us to fast forward to marriage. And I would like our dear parents to tell us what is the purpose of marriage actually? Like why is it a big deal? Like why should we actually get married?
Wow.
Yeah.
Should I go first? Okay, let me go first. A wonderful question, and indeed a question that is pertinent for all times, and more so in these times that we live today. Marriage is, if you believe in God as we do, marriage is God's idea. Marriage is God's plan. And in God's plan, without sounding too, I don't want to put people off by being too biblical and all that, but marriage is a place ordained by God which is sacred, and it is sanctified. And if you understand it, and it is meant for you, because marriage is not meant for everybody, but for those who make that choice, it is a place which is created of God. It's for companionship. I have spent 27 years with this beautiful bride of mine, and now I am proud to say that I've stayed with her longer than her mother. And God created us to be, of different sexes, male and female. He created us, and we complement each other. And in marriage is where you find the complements of the differences. When mixed together, they create marriage. And that is the gist of marriage. But marriage is also for procreation. You can see my fruits here. And the man who is doing well. It is for procreation, and it edifies God.
Wow.
But companionship is very deep.
Yes.
And according to God's principles, if you understand them and you are obedient to them, you will find a place that God created where there are secret things. Secret things that you even hear in that Psalms 91. In that secret place, if you apply it to marriage, you will get what God has created for His glory and for our, we edify Him when we are in that place. But without stealing the show, of course, my sweetheart has her own side because, like I said, I'm male, she's female. But what do you take, my dear?
What I would say right now is that why marriage? First and foremost, we have to understand why did God decide for man to have marriage? The wisdom behind that decision. I can assure you, Prince, however much you think you know yourself, you can never know yourself until you get married.
Oh my God.
Because that's when the values that God placed in you as an individual come forth.
Really?
Yes. It does not matter what tribe, what background, what. But for any woman, for any man, to discover who you are in God is the state of marriage.
Really?
That's why she
Oh
completes
my
me.
God. That's deep.
It's very
And
deep.
oh my, okay. So what do you say to people who never get married?
Well, they will discover themselves to a certain level, but they will not get it all. If you want to get the complete thing,
Yes.
it's marriage.
Wow. Interesting. And apparently it looks like Alice really got that message very well. Yes, we'll go back here. But you guys, congratulations on your wedding. Yeah, it's 4 years. It's 4. Oh my God, it's 4
It's
months.
okay, you can fast. That's how it is.
It's 4 months. And one thing I actually remember about that relationship, like even before the wedding,
Yes.
I remember you guys somehow took us by surprise.
Yeah.
Yes. When it came, we did not see it coming.
Yeah, the same way you're not going to see this stuff.
And I remember I kind of had like, Alice is engaged, Wesley proposed. Wesley is a radio personality here. So it was a big deal. Somehow we really had to know.
On TV also.
Actually, yeah, a media personality, radio, TV, media. Yes, and so I was like, okay. And to Alice, you mean that something? Because I had met you guys together, but somehow you guys played me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it
There's
was
a place
that
where
serious.
nobody's a stand.
Oh, God, who is the devil right here?
No,
Okay,
like you said, I got you by
understand.
surprise.
I understand, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me, King Wesley,
Yes.
how did you even, first of all, how did you manage to keep it, because you're a public person, and why did you feel the need to keep it a secret or private until the time when it was almost
Well,
to the wedding, yeah?
well, it actually got out on the wedding day.
Yeah.
Yes, those who got to know before the wedding were intentionally supposed to know that. But the point is that, okay, well, like you said, my life is, it's public. What we do, what we say, where we hang out from, what we put on, basically, it's always people's business, People, it's important. People always want to find out what's going on in your life and all of things. And then there are particular things in life that you ought to hold to yourself. Well, one, for purposes of sanity, yes, and purity. Okay. You see, when your relationship is popular, is known by people when it is in the offing, when it is starting, you can't avoid people's words.
Then
you can't.
It gets tested.
No. No, they tell you that, not tested per se. There are other things that actually test the relationship. For example, there are the fact that actually now time itself. Time is one of the biggest testers of relationships most of the times. The time you avail with each other, most especially when you're trying to, have something going on. And also, again, our kind of jobs, families also test relationships big time. For example, I'm a very antisocial person on my personal lifestyle. But now meeting Alice, you have to fight that. Like that is a no-go zone. So so I had to not have my relationship in public, so that I can craft my own relationship my own way.
How long did you guys date?
3 years of 3 years of officially, but then we had I had 2. So 5. With her not knowing, I was in a relationship already. We had an agreement with God, the kind of lady I was, and I was in a relationship, and I waited. But anyway, so 3, but yeah, because when I saw her, I was already in a relationship with her.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh, God.
because I wanted to go, just so. But anyway, why I kept it really, really private is because we've seen many people with their relationships out there, and then when they fail, you're like, we saw it coming. When it is still in the offing, you keep saying it will end in tears.
I know.
Yeah, because you get to hear a lot of people saying lots of things, lots of inputs. And given the fact that actually we are a public figure, I've been in relationships with people that I don't know that actually exist. You get it? Yeah, people crash on us big time, which is okay. It's understandable. So you do not know who wants good for you and who does not want good for you. You understand that? And because I'm a public person, again, I meet a lot of people. I get in places with lots of people. So if someone get to know my relationship with Alice, will probably say, you see, your guy is here with so and so. Or you find Alice's family is too big. You understand that? Others I didn't know, others I'm yet to even meet. You understand? So the place here is, you find Alice with another person who's probably a cousin, you bring stress to me, like, hey, you see, Alice. So the time I meet Alice to talk about us and to get to understand us, I am busy trying to explain. The girl you saw is not the one. She's explaining to me the guy they told you that's my cousin. But
actually,
yeah, you get to realize, hey, that's a cousin, and they're like, what?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yes.
And actually, on that note still, Alice, I remember, I think when you had gotten engaged, you remember when we met at at me still. And I remember asking you, like you said, you know, you'll meet people and they'll be like, you know, I saw someone with Wesley and all that. I remember asking you, how did you feel secure trusting someone who is in the public, who is always with so many people, the majority being us, the females?
You see, that's the whole thing with relationships.
So I want to know, how did you feel so secure to trust him? Like, that must, because not so many people actually can be in that place, not so many girls.
Okay, so one of the things that I learned from my parents that they used to tell us growing up, they would tell us that a relationship leading to marriage is one that should be kept private. You shouldn't include every other person into your relationship. Like, in case there's something that I shared with him, maybe a misunderstanding or whatnot, then you run to your girlfriends and tell them, no, that was just the no-go area. And when we got to meet and we became friends and wanted a relationship, and he told me he wanted to keep it really private, I thought about it and I was like, actually true, it would be good for us to keep it private. Now, one of the things about Wesley, he is straightforward. He doesn't beat about the bush. So that's how I was able to trust
Repeat
him.
that again.
That's how I was able to trust him. And when he says this, just know that it's 100%. Okay, like a good
I mean,
person.
you must have a reason to actually believe that, like.
You see, the challenge is that
Because I believe trust is earned.
Yes, it is.
yeah, but again
If a
also,
person is
just
honest
sincere.
with you.
You see, the challenge is that this world is messed up, you know, big time. It's rare to get pure hearts like these ones that, you know, a word still means something. You get it?
No, that's
We get,
actually-
the challenge is that we get to meet a lot of people who are broken. You understand that? Who have had terrible experiences. And then those are the insecure people. You understand that? So that wasn't one of the qualities I was looking for in a person. You understand that? I wanted someone who would trust me. Someone that I would trust, because relationships are built on trust. If I don't trust you, trust me, there is no way that relationship is going to work out. It's not going to work out. So we meet a lot of people who are messed up, people who are angry, you know, people who have lots of issues, insecurities. And then when you meet such kind of people, we're going to have a problem with them believing what you're trying to say to them, because probably they try to believe into somebody else in the beginning and they failed them. So that wasn't one of the qualities I was looking for in the person I wanted to marry for the rest of my life.
They are wounded, they are victims of
I'm not a doctor.
circumstances.
So, I'm telling you.
Okay.
So the time we always met with Alice, we would talk about us. There was no any other way it turned out to be in a courtroom where I have to explain myself about something and all that stuff. What I say to me, I made sure every word that I say to her, I actually had to work on that, because I'm as good as my word. Nothing else.
And I'm a tape recorder, I record everything.
Really?
And I forget what I say. So I better be honest with myself. I better be honest.
You forget and she remembers.
I work on radio, trust me, ask me what I said yesterday, I don't remember. But you see, the only place that I always had to communicate is always from my heart. Because then from my heart, I didn't have to find another excuse as why I didn't do ABCD. So I was very real, very honest and transparent.
Wow. Interesting. We're going to go for a short break. When we come back, our dear parents, our dear parents told us 27 years in marriage. When we come back, they will tell us what's the secret really, what's the foundation, and to also get deeper into these things that Wesley and Alice are telling us about dating. I would like to let you know that just in case this is your very, very first time to watch Authentic Chat, first of all, thank you for watching. I would like to encourage you to check out our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel. It has amazing videos. We've hosted amazing guests. We've addressed different topics, amazing topics. You need to check it out. All you need to do is go subscribe Authentic Chat with Praise Atwine. Click on that bell, leave us a comment. So much more is coming your way. Thank you. Welcome back from that short break, and yes, let's continue in this conversation with our dear guests. Before we went for a break, we were talking about, we had just gotten introduced to what marriage is. We were getting into King Wesley and Alice's story. And now that we are back, I want us to start with our dear parents. 27 years is not a joke. It's not even close. Like, I don't even have to use that word actually in this sentence. You know, they can't be in the same sentence. So I want to know what was in your foundation, in the foundation of your marriage that has led to the success of this marriage. Like 27 years for me is success, honestly. So please take us in there, because these days it's not really easy. And yes, it's not, okay, it is possible, it is possible, but it's not a joke, it's not easy really. So, and also, actually on that note, it's not, 27 years is okay, but people who you see are actually happily doing that. Yeah, because I've had, I know, because I've had a chance to watch these our parents, and their relationship is special, and I don't think you can fake this. I don't think you can fake it all the time, because sometimes we have visited them maybe late in the evening, in the morning, early in the morning, and if it was fake, you really can't tell. So I want to know. You know, so I want, when it's 27 years, when it's actually, we know that yes, those people have been married 27 years. Yeah, so please, what is it about that?
Wow, thank you, Praise. First and foremost, let me just say the devil is a liar. Yeah. That's the first statement I would say. The devil is what?
A liar.
Is a liar. We said that marriage is ordained by God. And if you know God and you know that it is for you, then you allow God to lead you. You know, there's a part that we play as human beings. I don't want to be too biblical, but there's a part that you play as a human being, and the part that you allow God to play for you. So the comment that you made that, you know, it's difficult. Marriage is not difficult. You make choices in life. That's why I would give these two young children of ours a compliment, because thus far in the 4 months and the 5 years, they have walked something similar to engage themselves to understand where they are going. And as you know, marriage is about leave, cleave, and the two become one. Yeah. So they have to make their own decisions, they have to walk their own path. And in marriage, there's no college where you get a diploma. Me and sweetheart here, we have not yet got masters. We have not even got PhDs.
Okay.
But we have got somewhere by the grace of God. So marriage is about the choices that you make. But to be specific, because I'm going to give you my view as a man, and then Mommy will give you her view as a woman who has walked with me and a man who has walked with her, as my one and only trusted, committed, beautiful wife. Now, what helps us is, one, is what you believe in. I am very fortunate, and my dear is very fortunate, that we come from backgrounds where our parents did walk the journey of marriage, and we saw it, not without fault, but with their faults. My parents' marriage, they were married for 58 years. Wow. And I think that was a good ground. And where I come from, it is the norm. When you get married, you are married and you walk the walk of marriage. So as a child, as a boy, I was inspired by that. One day I will find a wife and I will get married and I must stay with my wife. But that's not all. When you understand what marriage is about commitment.
Okay.
Marriage is about being selfless. Christ was selfless, but when you say selfless, for us as human beings, we are selfish.
Yes.
our first nature is to be selfish. Yeah. But in marriage, you have to start applying your understanding of being selfless. You have to live for your partner to an extent. But we are different. She's a woman, I'm a man. Yeah. I think man, she thinks woman. Yeah. But how do the two come together and mix? So it's that complexity that one has to unravel from the beginning. But I would say that, what do you believe about the ministry, because I take it as a ministry, in marriage? What does it mean for the two to become one? If you become one, this is your partner. You can't harm your partner, you can't harm yourself. So you have to learn how to relate, how to trust. The things that are testing me in terms of trust are not necessarily the same as Wesley and Alice. They are different. Yeah. But because we purposed our journey, I found this young, beautiful lady. I pointed at her once like this. I saw her the first time, which is similar to what my Mutabani said. I saw her once. I said, this is going to be my wife.
Wow, really?
And I wasn't even born again by then. So my friend even tried to compete with me and said, no, I'm the one. But I walked a journey of courtship. I understood one thing that you need to do is take time to understand who you are getting married to. Where does she come from? What does she like? What are her values? What are her morals? Does it appeal to you in terms of what your beliefs are? So that is the foundation that you come from. Of course, she's attractive. It's 27 years, she's still a flower. A flower that has not fully blossomed, it is still. And she's 50 plus.
Oh my God.
So,
wow.
It's a journey. And I would say the base of this all was, of course, the feelings are there, the desires were there, the understanding of where she comes from, and understanding who she is. Apart from the beauty, there's also understanding who she is. There are many more beautiful women than her, but she's my most beautiful. But there are women who are more beautiful than her. So,
I know.
When the two come together and there's that basis of a foundation in agreement, one, we believe in a certain level of values and morals that are acceptable, then you start getting into agreement. Then the other things fall into place. What sort of character? What sort of character? What sort of character of a wife do I want? And they say opposites attract. My son said that, or my daughter said that, Wesley says it as it is. Now, my wife says it as it is. She doesn't. We usually say, achikuwa cash. Ngati balance, achikuwa cash. So, and me, I am a little bit more, so kasavu, we are kasavu kanyama. And the foundation is important and the morals are important. But I won't just steal the show. My dear has something to say about the same subject.
Do I still have something to say?
Yeah.
You seem to have scripted it all.
Repeat that one. Are there more men than me?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yes. And actually, when we were still studying the vows, when we were going through with the reverends, and we had come back from a short break, just like we did, and the reverend had not yet come back. So I was telling these people, he was still outside, I'm not going to vow to leave other men. And when I said that, I had not noticed that there was a new set, another set of couple that had just walked in, who were seated behind us, and there were other reverends, and the reverend was going to remarry. Now the other couple, we were very close, so we were having all this fun with all the best men and the matrons and all that. So there was a lot of laughter. So something about this marriage, the foundation, is understanding that when I say something like that, you do not take it that I am serious about it. We have to have fun. See? Like you see, we keep on interjecting a little bit here and there. Have fun. Marriage is not for crying.
It's not prison.
It's not a prison. We have to enjoy it, for crying out loud.
Is it actually possible to have a happy marriage, like to be happy in marriage?
Wow.
We play.
All the
She can
time.
testify about it.
All the
You
time.
can caterpillar, boom. You can have these funny fights that are not serious. Yes, there are times when it could be a serious fight because of an
Yes.
issue.
Yeah.
But then still, if you know that you value the marriage, if you know and you know that this person has been good to you and is committed to be good to you, why do you stay in the highs of being so annoyed? With your siblings, do you stay with this high? If you stay with that high, then there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
With your parent, do you stay on that high? If you don't, then what about your partner? Your best. Should you stay on such a high? I hear people who say that, I'll go for him for a month. I won't speak to him. Hey! If I come and meet that man, and I take him on the other tangent, if I'm not married, then what? You're going to blame me? You're going to blame him? When you created the ground for that. You understand? So you have to understand, why did you get married? Yes, not everything is on the table. You have to find out the goodies that are in there.
Ma'am, do you think they are actually difficult partners? Like someone who can be difficult and they don't play.
If they are difficult and they don't play, then most probably that comes from where they grew up from. They did not see this. But how do you introduce them to that? Are you being nice? Are you being loving about it? Or you're just dragging them? It depends on who is dragging the other. Whether it's the male dragging or the female dragging.
Yeah, and like she's saying, I told you, it's about choices. If you choose to be happy, then you're going to have to understand what makes my partner happy. And if she chooses that we have to be happy, she has to understand what makes me happy. And as you walk the journey, you'll find that there are things that you don't agree on. But those don't have to become stumbling blocks. I'll give you an example, which I always talk about. I am an ardent lover of football. And she found me, I used to love football. I used to support SC Villa so vehemently. I was a Jogo Salongo. Then I loved Manchester United. And then all of a sudden she came into my life. But then I realized that I need to make her my purpose. So I did everything possible to make sure that I would not be distracted by my own love for something, but focus on her. The first years of our marriage, and Alice can attest to that, is that my male friends were there, but if I had to make a choice between my wife and my friends, my wife comes first. So I left my friends, I would go home, and then she had women friends. Do you know what it means to have women friends in the house and you're one man? You greet them, bachala, bachala, then after that they go into their own mode of dialect, and then you are there, you are missing in action.
Physically present.
You are physically present, but I dealt with that, and she dealt with that. After some time, she realized that I'm giving her time to allow even her to be with some of her friends, you know. And then one day, a funny one is that She loves the certain shows she likes on TV. Me, I like football.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Manchester United playing Arsenal
And there's some Kazanya.
in the year 2003
You even
when,
remember the year. Wow.
when things are really hot?
Yeah.
Rooney is going to score, and then she says, I want to talk to you.
Oh, good.
I said, but can't you see? Can't wait for half time. She said, I want to talk to you. I said, naye naawe mukwana ndekanda omupira gwange. She said, no, I want to speak to you now, and she was very serious. So we went to the bedroom. She was talking, my ear was on the TV, and they scored 3 goals in those 15 minutes where she talked to me. But you see, I gave something. It's a little thing, but I gave something. But true to heart, I also waited for her. One day when I had her, she has some very close friends of hers who are now my bachala. They are part of the family.
Yeah.
So I heard them talking. Olwaleero no kigenda kuggwa. Tulinde ku ssaawa 2. It's going to get finished. The episode is ending. They are going to say what's going to. I said, So
Time has come.
I waited until that moment when they were about the final
my
scene.
God.
Then I said, I need you. He said, I said, I need you now. I need you now. I need to talk to you. And she was perturbed. She said, but why can't I said, I want to see you now. We need to talk. So she got up. But anyway, for me, I just burst out laughing. And I told her, anyway, you watch your show. Then I reminded her, I said, remember the goals when I wanted to watch my football? So, you see, those are the little things.
Yes.
But on a light note, but on the deeper side there are things that you need to learn about each other. Based on the foundation values. And one of them, critical, is trust.
Yeah.
How much do I trust my wife? At church, people used to say, oyo musajja mulalu. When my wife asks me for money, I give her my wallet. Openly, I say, kwata yiyo. Guys say, guy, how can you give your wife your wallet? I said, why not? She's my wife. The money is ours. If she uses the money wrong, then we are both going to suffer. By the end of the day, she's very good, honestly, with what? With money. Yeah? And there are other things that you must have as a foundation of trust that build your relationship as you walk the walk. There are so many, but as you get accustomed to them, you become closer and closer. I don't go anywhere without my wife. In fact, it's hard for me to find me at a function without my wife, unless there's something.
Wow.
Hey. Yeah, because I actually feel funny when she's not at my side. The only time she's not at my side is when I'm at work.
Yeah.
But as soon as I leave work, she's my better half. She's the reason why I get up to go to work. She's the reason why I have children. It's a blessing from God. Without her, I wouldn't have Wesley. Kanjira nkoma okubanga.
Sometimes say, you know, you don't know other women how they can be difficult, but men, I don't know.
difficult.
No.
You see, Praise, I think it starts with the choices that we make. The way ladies have a whole list of the kind of guy they want, it's the same way men should have a list of the kind of guy they want, lady they want. You see, you cannot wake up out of the blue and then just decide to marry someone. You get it?
Yeah.
And there's some traits that you actually see, you know, you're like, and by the time you marry someone, you know their weaknesses. And you've already made up your mind on how best will you. Yes. Well, yeah. The major ones. Even at 50. There is something new she's going to do or I'm going to do, and like, do I know this person? You see, age comes with different things all the time. Every day, phones are upgraded all the time. Then you think human beings are not upgraded. You know, God upgrades us in one way or the other. So the issue here is this. From day one, most of the times, there is an issue with ladies. They get to marry a guy, nangamba, achanyo mwenge nja muchusa. You get it? Ajja kulokoka, eventually ajja kuchivako. For you to settle for other things and then you look at this other challenge here and you think you're going to change the man.
Yeah, because we know there's no one who's perfect.
But you see, the challenge is, it is wrong for you to marry someone with hopes of changing them.
Yeah.
Because you see, first of all, you're attracted to them the way they are. The moment they change to a person that actually is not who you're attracted to, they will change even in behavior. Everything changes completely and also. And then you stop falling for them, and that's where the problem comes in. I'll tell you this for a fact, I do not remember being angry at Alice.
Are you serious?
Yes, why should I? I don't remember us having a disagreement over something. Though sometimes
You've not yet had your first disagreement.
No, that should be in relationships. There are people in relationships for 1 week in the One week, I'll tell you this for a fact, she has called me more times than I have called her. You understand that? And that has never been a problem, me not calling or returning a missed call. Because probably she understood I'm probably busy. I probably get lost up in a lot of things. The moment she calls, sorry, I missed your phone, I missed your call, but I was doing ABCD, and then we continue from there. She has never been angry at me for not calling her. She has not ever been angry for me for not. Again, the issue is learning the person that you have.
Yeah.
But most of the times, you come with weird templates of previous relationships and what you see on TV, and wants to put them in reality instead of first know the person you actually have. Know where they come from. Know their norms. Know there are times that she talks about, she knows I'm very weak at understanding and remembering people's names. You understand that? But eventually over the years, she has repeatedly told me her friends' names that now I'm learning them eventually.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yes.
But other people, it's a problem. You get it? So the issue is, you choose who. Akali amagwa. There's a Luganda akali amagwa kekamanya kakola ki? Kagagaya. So the issue is you choose what you want to choose. Okitegedde? Omanyi omukyala muyombi. Naye mu lwakubate mulungi, lwakubate alabika bate, nogaye tunakigumira. Bwe naayomanga nadduka emisinde. Kati lockdown yabaddewo omukyala akuwa 24/7. Toyina bw'omuntu toyina bw'okola kiwaali. Okitegedde? Why do you say my wife
I
is
think
strong?
I've had someone who said that my wife is omukyala wange lwaki nalonda omukyala nga mulungi nnyo walwanyiiza nnyo naye bwe mutunulako nga ndabikira bulungi. So maybe it's very important. Ayinza nga ayomba nnyo naye nga katate nga mulungi nga somehow maybe
ekyokunyomba kigumire. Ekyo tugamba nga abantu nti mukyala wange ayomba kigumire kubanga you chose that. You get it? So there are choices that we make. You see, when you're making vows, it hit me so hard that I was getting married while I was actually saying my vows. Naye nga ate ne vows nzituuse wakati. Okitegedde? That's when I'm like, hey, actually I'm getting married. Wakati, where I said for richer, then I'm actually yeah. Then for richer, then I realized, yo, dude, you're getting married.
Yeah.
You get it? But when I'm there, okitegedde? So the choices that we make, you choose. I know for a fact Alice can't fail me. Okitegedde? We cannot fail each other. There's nothing that actually can fail us. Because you know, one, we are dedicated to each other. We have made this choice, together, and above all, it's a commitment. One, there are two people who do not want to fail in this world when it comes to my marriage, our marriage. One is God. You understand that? Like, how can I stand in front of God and tell him all these promises and then I fail on that? The number two is Dad. You understand that? One, because I promised to love her better than the dad did, which is practically impossible. You understand that? So this is a promise I made. You understand that? I made to his dad. I made to his mom that, you know what, I'm going to love your daughter. And then they accepted me because of that promise. So, like I said, I'm as good as my word. So the challenge is, twesanga movie 444. Abantu abasinga, they get married because bagala kutukuza. You understand that? You know, there is a challenge also with this generation. How hard the reason. One of the biggest issue with the generation today of why they can't make 27 years even more, or even 5 or 10, is because one, we meet each other in very weird, awkward places. Before you know it, one of the ladies is pregnant. Do you know I'm pregnant? Do you know? My parents are tough. My parents are tough. And then before you know it, you realize, oh, actually, Sigwe wandi wadde naye.
In the first place, why do you start getting someone pregnant? You are not sure you can.
Sometimes these are games, these days things have changed.
First, the consequences, that's some of part of the consequences.
Before you know it, consequences then you realize that actually there are people who are that are not compatible in life.
Yeah.
And that's where we all fail it in life. We fail to be patient with our lives. We fail to be patient with everything that actually we do. Patience is one of the biggest hindrances that if I was patient enough, I married at 33. You understand? We have faced a lot of pressure from everyone. From the church where we lead, from the people who listen. Parents bakuvaako pressure ebeera internal tayagala gikugamba kuba muzaddewo.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but the rest of the public abatafaayo lwakulabako wasaddi nekikufuukira wasaddi. But you see, I was patient enough and I took my time knowing what I wanted. The day I saw her on the 2nd of June 2017, the first time that I saw her, my first word to her was, "Are you single?" She said yes. I said, "I am single too, and you're in for a crazy ride." That was when our marriage started. So she took her time to say yes, but me, I was ready. And made a choice.
Okay, I think you've said the same thing, and also Daddy mentioned it. That's the first day I saw her. Then he went on to say, then you need to also know family, what are her values, what are her principles, yeah. So I am wondering, now after saying she's the one,
yes,
along the way if you realize actually she's not the, her values and your values are totally different.
I tell you this.
What do you do when somehow in your mind you already said she has to be the one?
I tell you this, Praise, I think God is very unique. The advantage we have as men is when you see a lady you want to marry, you know.
Yeah, pardon?
Men, you know the woman you want to marry when you see her. We have that gift.
Oh my God. Okay, yes, maybe that is true. I'm not a man, but I also know.
Yes.
I also know.
I
remember in our, oh God, people who are close to me might know that. But I remember one of our friends later on got married. He would go meet a girl and he's like, oh my God. So they called him, he's the one, because when he would come to his friends, he would tell them, she's the one. Or this one. And after 3 months down the road, they don't see her again. And then after maybe like 4 months, there's another person and he's like, she is the one. This time around, she's the one.
No, you see,
so,
no, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you this.
Because it looks like every time he sees her, he thinks she's the one he's going to marry.
Now we're talking about 2 different people here. We're talking about.
I'm talking about men.
Yeah, we're talking about omuntu atanezula. You know, one of the biggest challenges we have is that you enter into a relationship or a marriage when you have not discovered yourself, you yourself. No fuke chizibu eri omuntu. You understand? So you want to do the journey of discovery on some, you use someone's daughter as an experiment.
A guinea pig.
A guinea pig of knowing who you are, what you like and what you don't like. You understand that? But see, when you understand yourself, when you know, when you take a journey of self-discovery, because that's on an individual basis. then you know exactly what I want and what I can't settle for. Like I said, when I met her, I knew she was. Now, her family, knowing her family, getting to know her family and all the things and the values that actually we shared, that was, I was in a journey of purposing. You understand? So now I purposed and I was intentional on knowing who she is. You understand that? Who she is, what are her values, what can I live with or live without? You understand that?
Okay.
Intentional. Supposed to be intentional, get to know her values on family. You understand? Her values, when we met, she wanted 6 children, I wanted 1. Yeah, that was a very big issue.
So where are you now? Because that's
Mwana wange bikyuka. Yes, that was a very big, family to her is a very big thing. Yes, family to me is also a big thing, but now I was reasoning in terms of what will I manage. You understand that, eh?
Yeah.
So, but you become intentional, then you get to know, oh, actually, this makes her happy. Now, the way Pops talked about the whole idea of being selfless. You understand? Trust me, yeah? There are things that I have to forego to make sure that, I mean, I'm a workaholic, for example. I'm a workaholic. If there is anything I love to do is my job. There are times I have to be at the station, there are even night shows that I want to be involved in. You understand? Now, because I know she likes quality time, I have foregone some money.
Yeah, you're investing somewhere else.
No, I've foregone some money, I've foregone some friends, some shows, some other things. So that, you know, again, because I know it makes her happy. You understand that? So, intentionality is very key, and then purposing on what you've actually decided to choose, then that's it. It's like waking up one day. If you are building a house, you purpose on making sure like you make sure you get the money, you get the right material, you get the right purpose to make sure you get exactly what you want. So it's the same thing. And with relationships, you mold your relationships to what you actually want it to be.
Actually, if I can,
to know Dad's comment also on that.
I think the problem that we are having today with a lot of not even the younger, even the middle-aged people, some of these people, batawana mbufumbo, because one, they were not prepared. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that people have become fake. Tugamba ebintu biva China biri fake, naye abantu batambula bali fake.
True.
You see? Omuwala, she wants to show that she comes from a background that she's not. She's under peer pressure to fake what she is not.
Yeah.
And people have in their mind a concept that a man have to have a rich man. You know, there are things that they have in their mindset based on pressures that we have in society today, that either he has to be very rich, he has to provide for me this, you know, it's me. Now, when that background comes with somebody who is very easy in terms of hiding their character, and then the partner, they don't give each other time to understand who they are, they fall into those traps. For the ladies, it's the time clock ticking. When the time clock, they say, why, and then they start, like he said, is that you get a man and then you want to drag him to church. But the Bible says that Adam was in the garden. After being in the garden, he did God's work. After he was doing God's work, he was in the presence of God. Then he said, it is not good for man to be alone. So it's after doing those things. But then you look for the guy who has money because you think he has money. Then you bring him and drag him and you want to change him.
PC and preach convert.
You can't.
So,
but at the end of the day, that's why it's important for you to understand what morals and values you have. And take some time to understand your partner. The other area which I want to touch on, and Mami will touch on the women, I will touch on the men. 90% of the time that marriages fail, it is men.
Yep.
Men who have no vision. I'm not talking about you writing a thesis and having a vision for your family, what, but you don't have a purpose. And we are talking in a dynamic time where women work, men work.
Yeah.
There's an interpretation the man has to be the provider. What? Yes, spiritually and by purpose, men have to have a leadership role in the family. It's purposed by God. If the man doesn't understand his purpose as a man, which Wesley said, you don't understand yourself as a man. When you get into a marriage, you'll just be a guy with a voice and a beard and looking handsome, unleashed into the unsuspecting public to create chaos, commotion, and kavuyo. Chaos, commotion.
Messing with people's daughters.
Yes, and when it comes to that, the men just think that women are there they become sex objects. And abikira bulungi, alina akabina kanene, alina entumbwe ennene, alabika bulungi, kangende noono, ate mwattu ayambala akakondo, biki? Ate aslayinga. You're looking for a slay queen.
Okay.
And that's all. Your vision of being a man is so warped that you have taken the woman as a sex object, and your purpose is that lust might be the purpose why you picked somebody, and then you go into marriage and that's what you see. Then all of a sudden things change. What you are hiding behind is unveiled because God makes it unveiled. Then all of a sudden they are all naked and they can't handle and they are falling apart. But that's on the side of men. That's why there's a writer, what's my friend? Dr. Miles Monroe said it, if you want your wife to change, you have to work on her.
Yeah.
Support her.
Yes.
Change her gently in love. Focus her. Bring her up to where you want her to be. And if she's too high and her expectations are too high, be honest. So when I found my sweetheart, I took out where I was. I said, bwenfaanana namuwerekera mu taxi na buli kimu. So she knew who I was, but other people are faking it.
Yeah.
And the men, when they cannot get the fact that in this day and age you need to be a leader, when a woman knows that she has a man as a leader, she will be happy. Ask me what that leadership is all about. It's a complex mix of things that give her peace. Si bino ebyokugamba nti daddy ayingidde. It's like switching on the light nga effumbiro lirimu ebiyenje neteekako ettala ti empologoma eyingidde. Gone are those days. Gone are those days. You have to be able to compliment her.
Yes.
And she has to feel it. It's not written anywhere, but it is written in the hearts of men by God.
Oh,
and when you apply it, ojja kulaba nga ki buli lw'oyogera akyuka. Buli lw'oyogera akyuka. Ne bw'aba nga struggling with something, or to such kiseera, she really now says, I didn't understand. Now I understand who you are, because she looks at me as a man.
Wow.
A man who loves her and who covers.
I think we'll go for a short break. Yes, let's go for a short break. When we come back, Mom is going to tell us and also she will tell us actually why, because apparently Daddy saw her, and so I want to know for her, why did she actually finally also get on the same page? And I also want to know actually Alice, because I guess about King Wesley, I think I've gotten a few tips, but I want to know, why did you actually choose, why did you accept when they told you, when they asked, I want to know more about it. She will tell us when we come back. Don't go anywhere, just get a cup of water, maybe stay with us. I would like to let you know that just in case this is your very, very first time to watch Authentic Chat, first of all, thank you for watching. I would like to encourage you to check out our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel. It has amazing videos. We have hosted amazing guests. We've addressed different topics, amazing topics. You need to check it out. All you need to do is go subscribe Authentic Chat with Praise Atwine. Click on that bell. Leave us a comment. So much more is coming your way. Thank you. Welcome back from that short break, and yes, we are continuing. We have special guests here in the house, and being the month of Valentine's, so many people call it the month of love, we thought that we could actually talk about the whole idea of love. For me, when I think about love, I see marriage. I don't know what you see. So that's why we decided here at Authentic Chat to invite people that we know have an idea what love and marriage actually should be about, and whether you're in a relationship, whether you're married, whether you're in a situationship, you should leave this session with answers, you know, some answers at least, or an idea of how to change a few things, or maybe to actually keep doing what you've been doing well. But Alice had to tell us, you had to tell us why Wesley.
Why I chose Wesley?
First, I was handsome.
Oh, God.
Second, I was cute. Then you can start from number 3.
You were what? The second one is what?
That
Cute.
was cute.
Oh,
Yes, I am still. Start from number 3. You want to say I'm not?
Okay, one of the things that finally made me say yes to us dating. At first, by the way, I wasn't certain. I was like, this guy,
Yeah.
he's like a cartoon.
Oh, God.
And one of my one of the things I was
Did you hear
looking,
that?
Yeah.
I know. One of the things that were on my list, I had like 15 things, okay? Because you see, my dad is tall. I
Yes.
wanted someone tall. But there were also other things that I valued: honesty, trustworthy, God-fearing, commitment, family loving. Those were the things that I was looking at. And when I saw the he had got 13 out of 15,
Yeah.
I was like,
Not
okay.
14.
Oh, 14. Not 13. 13 out of 15.
Oh, wait.
I'm tall
What's
also.
the other? What are the two?
And 13 out of 15, and also like that time when I was praying about it, I remembered something Mom had told me, like in 2015 or 2016. She had said, while I was praying and meditating about it, whether to get into a relationship with him, I remembered something that Mom were discussing, and then she told me, she's like, God can give you someone spiritually tall but physically short. But she didn't remember that she had ever taught me that. So
Because for you, we are praying.
That was God fighting my battles.
Yeah. For you, we are home or at the radio station. God is there. Making things happen for you.
Actually, at
that's
first
really
meeting
nice.
him, there was just a different picture that I had altogether. I thought he was money-minded. I thought he was a show-off and whatnot. But when I got
he
to
can
know,
he can carry that vibe around.
I'm in a show business, you people.
I know. But when I got to know him a little bit better and some of the traits that I was looking into and that message that my mother had told me some years before I even met him.
Then he realized I was just his brother.
Okay, let's give this a go. Let's give this a go. He was no longer a cartoon. He was now handsome. Yeah, so that's how I ended up making the choice and decision to be with him. And one of the things that my parents would always tell us, you make your bed, you lay in it.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God.
yeah. That's how I made the choice.
That's really interesting.
I think she was the first person to take me out in a hotel on my birthday and paid the bill, so it was very expensive. So I'm like, yo, girls like this be there.
And she's also thinking he
Hey,
could
she's
be
giving me-
I think you're thinking he could be money-minded.
Well, money-minded, yeah. John's I'm money-minded,
But he tells you what he has.
I would like to let you know that just in case this is your very first time to watch Authentic Chat, first of all, thank you for watching. I would like to encourage you to check out our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel. It has amazing videos. We've hosted amazing guests. We've addressed different topics, amazing topics. You need to check it out. All you need to do is go subscribe Authentic Chat with Praise Atwine. Click on that bell. Leave us a comment. So much more is coming your way. Thank you.